This is the Franchise Basketball Insider, presented by Massengale Eye Care, Oklahoma City's leading eye care provider since 1989. Call 631-2020.
Greetings, basketball fans. The Oklahoma City Thunder got back to work after being spanked last night 124-92 in Game 1 of the best-of-7 semifinal series with the San Antonio Spurs. About every question and criticism was addressed today by head coach Billy Donovan.
I think our guys know that we're going to need to play a lot better than we did. But overall, it's just trying to move forward and get prepared and ready to play tomorrow.
When you lost against Dallas, your reps kind of took it like, hey, it's one game. But is this game more of a sense of urgency tomorrow night, just based on how you lost last night?
Yeah, I mean, a loss is a loss. You know, I think the biggest thing is coming out of any loss, you're going to basically look at things in areas you've got to improve and get better at. And obviously, like I said yesterday after the game, Aldridge had a great game. He played exceptionally well. They shot the ball very, very well. Not only, you know, from the three-point line, but really every area of the floor. And you know, they shot 81% in the first quarter. There were possessions. I really actually thought we played pretty good defense and did a good job. They still made some difficult shots, but there's a lot of things that we needed to do better than we did. And I'm not taking anything away from the Spurs because they played very, very well, and obviously they handed us a large defeat. But the reality is we've got to pick ourselves up and get back to trying to figure out what we've got to do to get better.
Multiple players.
Look at the transition defense, you know, especially the first quarter. I think they outscored 12 on fast break. Is that just an effort thing, not getting back?
No, I thought what happened a couple times is I thought Leonard did a really, really good job contesting some shots and getting behind our head. A lot of times when Russell was downhill or he pulled up and took a shot, it was a challenge shot. And he got down on the floor. He got a couple dunks on that. I thought a couple times late when we did get back to take him away, I thought they did a really good job of finding Green, and he knocked down some threes. You know, those things, you know, where I think the total percentage of shots in transition, we actually did a really, really good job limiting their number of attempts in transition. The problem was how efficient and effective they were in transition.
Multiple players said after the game that there needs to be more of a sense of urgency, and also just said that there wasn't the effort there that there needed to be. Is that accurate, and how could that be so if it is accurate?
Well, you know, I think, you know, the urgency part, you know, what they're talking about is we got to have more urgency, you know, certainly on the offensive and defensive end of the floor. You know, I think those guys, I'll let those guys speak for their own effort. I didn't feel like there was anybody out there not giving effort. I definitely did not feel that way. I thought our execution and our concentration in really, really specific areas was not great. I thought we did not react well to certain situations that we need to react better to.
At this point, how much is it mentally trying to get them to regain their confidence? How much of it is adjustments and things you have to change in the court?
Yeah, I don't think their confidence piece. I think the one thing I've always said this is, as a coach, what you try to do is you try to bring clarity and truth in what happened, you know, and during the course of the game, our transition defense got hurt. I think we can fix that and we can get better at that. I think our half-court defense, in particular with Aldridge, we've got to do a better job there. I thought at times we had some really, really good ball movement plays. I thought Russell got to the front of the rim. I thought Kevin got to the rim. I thought we got some decent looks. We did not shoot the ball particularly well. So I think there's a lot of things that we can look at that we have control over that really has nothing to do with our confidence. It has much, much more to do with how well we do those things at a higher level.
Are you telling me that you think this team is confident they can still win the series?
I think this team's confident, you know, that they're going to go in tomorrow and they're going to play better. You know, I think we got to go one game at a time right now, but I think, you know, I don't get anything from this group that there's a confidence issue at all. I think if anything else, you know, we've got to do things at a much, much higher level than what we did last night to even get in the game to compete. You know, and I thought that was a huge factor in the game. Was one is their ability to make shots, and they shot the ball extremely well, and then our ability, you know, to get back in transition, stop the ball, and then, you know, we had a tough night. And give their defense credit, they did a really good job defensively yesterday.
What are the changes in the pick and pop that you have to make?
Well, I think the pick and roll stuff is Aldridge scored 4 points, scored 4 baskets on that. We need to do a better job. You know, I don't know if there's any adjustment necessarily we need to make. We need to do a better job, you know, of his shots, breaking him down. He got four baskets on pick and pop. He had another 3 or 4 baskets on just kind of catch and shoot right from the elbow. He had 3 or 4 on post-ups, and he had 1-3 out of the corner. So, you know, he scored a lot around the elbow area, but it wasn't all pick and roll.
Billy, when Andre's on the stage with your starters, are really longer than usual?
first quarter, pardon me if this is over the last?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Is there a particular reason you stay
Well, I
with
think
the
getting
Stars?
off to a rough start and getting down right now and sticking with those guys a little bit longer to try to, try to generate some offense and try to get some stops, and just went with those guys a little bit longer than maybe normal.
Was that
Leonard, the
something you
defense
consulted
on Westbrook.
Sorry.
Was that something you maybe consulted with them on the bench, said, I'm going to stick with you guys a little bit longer?
No, I just kind of went with it. Those guys are pretty good. In terms of, what I'm doing or what I think we need to do in that situation. I think Kevin came off the floor maybe around 4:50 or so. Usually he gets off about 6, so he was a little bit longer than a minute, 2 minutes or so there. Russell's, you try to get him off the floor right inside of 3. His one a little bit longer. But, I didn't think it was that big of an adjustment for them that time.
What about the move? Do you like the move too?
Yeah, our guys are fine. I mean, it's very clear. We got to play better. We got to play better. We got to do a lot of things better than we did yesterday. There's got to be a more of an urgency, for us than there was yesterday. And I think that's what you try to. I think if you can put things in front of players that they can tangibly hold on to and know what they got to get better at, I think that sometimes helps them move on to the next phase of Game 2 and the areas we got to improve on.
Do you expect to see more from Dion in Game 2 based off of the fact that you have to find a way to get them out of the paint a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's what they're going to do. That's why they're really good defense. They don't foul a lot. They really do a good job packing the paint. I think we've got to make really good decisions. I thought Kevin and Russell, our turnovers were not really high. And I know Kevin shot a little bit below 50%. Russell, not a great shooting percentage, but I really thought Russell got on top of the rim a lot. He was around the basket, and some of them I think he can finish and he can make those plays.
All right, that's it for this Insider Edition. We've got more coming up with Kevin Durant and Steven Adams in another Franchise Basketball Insider. With the Thunder in San Antonio, I'm David Garrett for Oklahoma's New Sound for Sports, 107.7 The Franchise in Oklahoma City and 107.9 The Franchise in Tulsa.